It is finally done. All this started when I had an extra amplifier in my closet, so I figured, hey, I'll put an amplifier in and get another subwoofer. They're cheap enough. So I put the amplifier in, and I thought all I needed was a couple fuses. Now, amplifier's fried. So I'm like, well, screw it. I'll get another amplifier, right? And a couple more subs. These guys right here. And so got the amplifier, hooked up the subs, and the amplifier wasn't strong enough because the subs are pretty powerful. So had to buy another amplifier. So now I'm in for new box, new sub, 2 more subs, 2 more amplifiers, right? So now put the whole thing together and I blow a fuse because the original wiring is only 4 gauge. So, put in a 0 gauge. Runs all the way back to the amplifier board, right? And had a bad ground, fixed that. And I had these big, huge terminals on here, right? With all these nuts and bolts on the top. And they're all crap. They all strip out, they're just junk, and they will back off. So, these little guys right here, they're only like 10 bucks and they work fantastic. All of your connections are hooked up here, which, I mean, that's a bolt and a nut, so you can tighten the shit out of that and it ain't gonna strip. All the hardware is good. So, we get all that done. And I had to do something called the Big 3. The Big 3 is when you get these 0 gauge grounds, a 0 gauge going to the alternator, 0 gauge going to the battery from the alternator, 0 gauge going from the amplifier way in the back because I wanted a ground other than the chassis, and then finally a battery ground to the chassis. So we get all that done. And it's still not hitting the way it should. So we get a high power alternator. My friend Little Mikey put that in for me, God bless him, which is 320 amps, $600. So get that done. Well, sounds good for about 2 days, but then my stock battery couldn't handle the discharge and recharge of the system. So, yesterday, got a new battery. Super duper cranking amps, all that good stuff. And hooked all that up. Oh my God, what else went wrong? So, then tuned up the amplifiers in the back, and now we're basically all done. This is a Crescendo Symphony S1. It's 1500 watts, 4 gauge ground, 4 gauge power, and that controls this guy. Next, this is a Scar Audio 1500 watt amplifier, duplicate, and then this guy. So we got 0 gauge power coming in. Fused, 0 gauge ground coming in. All of these grounds go to the 3 amplifiers, and this ground runs all the way up to the battery. So I actually have something other than just a chassis ground. Tuned it today, and it finally sounds good. I'd play it for you, but unless you're here getting your head knocked around, you really wouldn't be able to appreciate it. But geez Louise, all this started from me just wanting to grab my spare amplifier and put it in my car. $2,000 later. So, we are done, son. Anyways, like if you feel like it. Nice battery. And we're out of here. Yep, a thumping we will go.